Stand at ease. Ladies and gentlemen, the change of command ceremony program. Playing of the national anthem. Addressed by Vice Admiral Peter Hudson. Addressed by Rear Admiral Antonio Natale. Transfer of command. Addressed by Eugenio Díaz, signing the SNMG-2 handover book, departure of the official party, and the end of the ceremonies. We will now play the national anthems, if I can kindly ask you to stand. Parade, attention! Stand at ease. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now continue the handover ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, Vice Admiral Peter Hudson, Commander, NATO Maritime Command, Royal Navy. Maritime Group 2, Rear Admiral Eugenio Natale, Italian Navy.
Admiral, distinguished guests, thank you for honoring us today with your presence. Celebrating this important occasion, the standing NATO Maritime Group 2 change of command ceremony. First of all, let me thank the Turkish Navy for hosting us today in this wonderful spot, and for supporting us this significant.
Ladies and gentlemen, the operational handover orders will now be read. Parade, attention!
Commanding officer in waiting of standing NATO Maritime Group 2, as directed by Supreme Allied Commander Europe, I hereby relinquish command. You will now recognize Rear Admiral Eugenio Díaz, Spanish Navy, as Commander standing NATO Maritime Group 2.
Commanding officers and ratings, standing NATO Maritime Group 2. As directed by Supreme Allied Commander Europe, I assume command of standing NATO Maritime Group 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, SNMG-2 pennant will now be lowered in ITS San Marco and raised in SPS Boston. parade. Stand at ease. Ladies and gentlemen, Commander, standing NATO Maritime Group 2, Rear Admiral Eugenio Del Rio, Spanish Navy.
Distinguished military authorities, commanding officers of right NATO Maritime Group 2, Commanders-in-Chief of the Spanish Fleet, Italian Fleet, and Turkish Fleet, Commander of the NATO Maritime Command. Today, Spain is honoring an important commitment to assuming the command of this outstanding naval force. It is the fifth time in our NATO history Spain is assuming its command, which is going to be a year two, and where the force is planned to operate in both the Mediterranean and Black Sea, as well as in the Indian Ocean, in order to fulfill NATO objectives in these areas. However, we cannot forget that we could operate anywhere if it is required or demanded by the strategic situation. In the planned schedule, the force is expected to take part in operations Active Endeavour and Ocean Shield, as well as in Dialogue Initiative, Partnership for Peace activities, Lockback and East exercise, just to name a few. This force, what we used to call 10 years ago, the Standing Naval Force Mediterranean, and now the Standing NATO Maritime Group 2, just adapted to the new strategic environment, is one NATO has to respond immediately to any contingency. Its flexibility, its strategic freedom of movement, logistical autonomy, and very high readiness makes it the tool of choice for NATO in this 21st century. Because we do understand that NATO maritime interests could be far away from our coast. And NATO countries, as well as most of the countries in the world, are highly dependent on the sea. But also, we cannot discard that most of the population of the world lives in the littoral, which means that most of the crises break up in areas close to the sea or that can be easily reached from the sea. Spain and all the NATO countries taking part in this force are doing a huge effort to make it, but also in a sense provide the ship, crew, and the staff. But I believe that this effort is going to be worth it, as our task is very important. We will be contributing to our own and to our allies' security. The training return we are going to achieve, as well as demonstrating NATO coherence, solidarity, determination, and improvement of interoperability. This last from modern naval operations. That is why I would like to insist to the crews, to all personnel forming part of SNG2, on the great opportunity and great honor we have belonging to this standing naval force, but also the great commitment we are taking. All of us are going to prove our professional skills working with the best navies in the world and operating in waters and in different scenarios. We will be trained in all roles of naval warfare, on the most demanding like deterrence and defense, to maritime security or crisis management, all of them equally important nowadays, providing such a spectrum of strategic options to our alliance. I take today the commitment to ensure that my staff, which also represents NATO integration and solidarity, is ready to support me and make this force an efficient tool to NATO. Sir, as I told you some days ago in London, I will try to be an easy to command commander, always ready for action, aggressive at sea, and at the same time prudent and always stick to the law. And just before finishing this address, I would like to express my appreciation to the Italian Navy. We have just received from their hands the command of the force. Now let me congratulate my predecessor, Rear Admiral Natale, for his command. All the best in the future. Thank you so much for this handover. Also, I would like to thank you all for taking part in this operational handover ceremony, and to the Turkish military authorities for hosting this event in this splendid naval base of Aksaz. To all of you, my best wishes, fair winds, and following seas. Thank you very much indeed for your attention.
yeah, yeah.